Welcome to Visa Verge News, where we explore the latest in immigration updates and insights. I'm your host, Harper, and today we're diving into a critical topic: how to avoid falling victim to ICE scam calls. These scams have become alarmingly common, and it's important to know how to respond if you ever receive one. Joining me is my co-host, Lucas. Welcome, Lucas.
Thanks, Harper. It's great to be here. This is such an important topic because these scams really feed on fear and confusion, which makes them so dangerous. There are a lot of key points to cover today, but let's start by explaining how these scams typically work.
Absolutely. These scams often involve someone impersonating U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE officials. The scammers use a technique called spoofing, which manipulates caller ID to make it look like the call is coming from an official government number. But here's the thing: ICE or USCIS will never randomly call you demanding sensitive information or payments. What should someone do if they receive a call like this, Lucas?
Great question. The first step is to stay calm and not take the caller's claims at face value. You should always independently verify their identity by contacting ICE or USCIS directly through the official phone numbers listed on their websites. If the call feels suspicious, don't rely on any contact information provided by the caller.
That's a great point, because scammers often pressure people into revealing personal details like social security numbers or banking information. Once they have that, it opens the door to identity theft or financial fraud. How can people protect themselves in these situations?
Well, for starters, IC or USCIS will never ask for personal information over the phone. So if someone starts pressuring you for details, that's a red flag. Hang up immediately and, if you're unsure, reach out to the official agency using their legitimate contact channels.
Right. Scammers also tend to use threats, saying things like, "You've violated immigration laws or face immediate deportation if you don't cooperate." It's terrifying, but these are just tactics to scare you into compliance. Lucas, what's the best way to handle these intimidating calls?
When faced with threats, the key is to stay calm and refuse to engage. Legitimate ICE officials do not call people to warn about arrests or deportations, especially not with threats. End the call as quickly as possible. Don't let them intimidate you into acting rashly.
Exactly. Another red flag is how scammers often ask for payments in ways that are obviously unconventional, like gift cards, cryptocurrency, or wire transfers. No legitimate government agency accepts payment through these methods.
That's so true. If someone asks you to pay through these channels, know that it's a scam. All official immigration payments must go through established processes that are clearly detailed on the government's websites. If a caller suggests otherwise, it's time to hang up.
It's also worth noting that engaging with scammers, even out of curiosity, can be risky. Sometimes people think they can outsmart the scammers, but all it does is give them more opportunities to manipulate you.
Exactly. The best practice is to hang up right away. If it feels like a scam, don't give them the opportunity to pull you further in. Also, don't forget to report the scam attempt to the Department of Homeland Security's Office of Inspector General at 1-800-323-8603. Reporting these calls plays a big role in combating them.
That's such an important step, Lucas. The more people report these scams, the easier it becomes for authorities to track down and stop the scammers. Speaking of staying informed, regularly checking official resources like USCIS.gov for updates on known scams is also crucial.
Absolutely. Staying current on scam tactics not only helps you protect yourself, but also your loved ones. As we've discussed, scammers evolve constantly, so being aware of their tricks is your best defense.
Lucas, this has been such an informative conversation. To wrap up, let's remind our listeners of a few key takeaways. First, ICE and USCIS will never demand sensitive information or payments over the phone. Second, always verify the caller's identity using official contact information. And finally, report scam calls to the proper authorities.
Well said, Harper. Staying calm, informed, and vigilant is the best way to protect yourself. And remember, if something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts and hang up immediately.
Thanks, Lucas, and thanks to our listeners for tuning in. For more immigration updates and resources, visit us at visaverge.com. Stay safe and vigilant out there.